What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's happening, Diamonds? It's your boy, Doc Reid. Hey, listen, got a question for you. Why is it that we want who we can't have? Now, I know that there are a lot of you. I have quite a few followers out here um, on YouTube. And I'm sure that they're, of course, I'm trying to catch this, and of course, it's not catching it. So you hear my volume. So I apologize. That's what happens with live TV. But anyway, yeah. Why is it that we want who we can't have? And a lot of times, you are in a situation where the person ain't good for you. And there is something that keeps the relationship from being able to move forward. But at the same time, you are still find yourself fiending for this relationship. So if any of you can identify with what I'm talking about, Donna, Thrilling Stories. Hey, what's happening? Hey, Donna, wonder if you can identify with this topic, wanting someone that you can't have. But I'll tell you something, ladies. Tish, what's happening? I was just watching your enabling video. Okay, cool. I tell you what, this wanting what you can't have, ladies, y'all are not the only ones who deal with this. To your surprise, there are quite a few men that deal with this, because I know it seems like we as men kind of get off the hook, like men. What's up, Linda from Wisconsin? We as men don't go through the whole heartbreak thing, or we got our pick of the litter. We can do what we want to, but that's not true. And one of the things that I like to share with all of you are situations or men that are giving you an inside peek of what's going on the inside of their heart. So I'm going to share this part of this interview with gentleman that we interviewed by the name of Chris. And he has a great name, by the way. So, and you can see just a little bit of a situation that, he was in. And then I'm going to expound on that. What's up, Farah? How are you? So let me see. Hopefully I can do this correctly. I've already clicked the wrong button. Okay, so let's try it again. All right, and hopefully y'all can see the screen, and hopefully you will be able to hear the sound. If not, we'll try it again. Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's see here. All right. Here we go.
But I mean, I
felt bad because I felt like I fell for the okie doke, if you will, and maybe I should have had my eyes open a little further and seen a little deeper. But I got caught up in what I wanted to get caught up in. Every person, I don't know about other men, but I liked the emotional feel, the way it felt, the connection, the closeness that we had. I liked that, and then here I was losing it to some clown. That she didn't even love, like she was falling in love with me, that wasn't treating her like I was treating her. And I'm looking at her like, why are you willing to throw away all of this? That we could have this to her 92, because it was just that it was that strong a connection, and you're throwing it away for what? And I was just like, no, for my sake, save me and yourself and come back and let's finish what we started. And I felt like I was being desperate for wanting that. And I didn't like the way it felt like I was out of control. I mean, I was out of control. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't work. It was just like how all the work I've done on myself to get here and then to just get dogged out. What? Like, that just didn't seem right to me. Yeah, I cried. I did, man. I cried like a baby a couple times. Like, this is ridiculous. And like, she's not calling me back. She didn't block me on Facebook. Like, what did I do? Like, what happened? And that just, so my point there with that comment is that men hurt just as deep as women do. Because this stuff out here, this ain't easy. Yeah. It ain't easy, man. Some people never, ever find it. And I can't say I've still found it. I still can't say I.
Okay, I am going to stop it there. So here's the deal. So Chris said that it wasn't easy. He said that men cry just as much and hurt just as much as women do. Now, I'm gonna give that a second to sink in, because I know that probably may come as a shock. Now, you can see Chris is not a bad looking guy, has absolutely no problems having women attracted to him and all of that. But at the same time, this whole thing of wanting who you can't have. In this situation, there was a young lady who had made a decision to go back to someone else that she was seeing, and just left him devastated. Whenever you get a grown man, a grown full-bodied man saying, yes, I cried for the world to see, that's intense. And I gotta, give him my hats off to him for him to be that vulnerable and that candid. Sorry, but find that one hard to believe men feel how we do. Well, you can find that as hard to believe as you would like. I'm a man. I've cried. I've had my heart broken. One thing you can't do, ladies, is you can't look at the whole world experience. You can't judge the whole world by your limited experience. And I think that that's a problem that, we can have sometimes, that we can think that, the world, we see the world through our own filter. Okay. If all we've had are bad men, bad situation. And see, that's why I do this because I want to challenge what you've experienced. Some of you may have said, I ain't never met no guy like that. Well, today you have. Okay. You've heard somebody talk that way. And you got to be careful, because if you've been hurt a lot, then you'll become so guarded that even if you'll hear a guy share his heart, you'll be like, oh, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. So now you can have truth staring you right in the face, and you don't want to accept it. It's like doubting Thomas. Well, no, I don't believe that. Okay, you say you Jesus, right? Oh, no, hold on, no, this needs to be worked out. So you say you Jesus, no? Okay. Well, if you say you Jesus, well, let me see the prints, the nail prints in your hand, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in your side. Let me, you know what I mean? Why can't I ask him that? I can ask him that. And so he was like, okay, yeah, Thomas, there's no problem. Here you go. But blessed are those who don't have to see and still believe. So I'm just saying that just be careful. You don't have to judge everybody by just your limited experience. Be open. Be very open. What's up, keeping the faith? So if you are interested in this, I'm gonna be chopping it up about this tonight. Let me see. I do not think men feel the same as women, but I do believe they feel just as strongly. Well, I think that's interesting that you can make that statement being a woman. Because until you've been a man, I don't know how you can make that statement. Just like a man can't say, well, women can't. Like if I say, well, you can't feel just as deeply as I feel as a man. How can I make that statement? I'm not a woman. I think that sometimes it's easier to feel like there was the young lady the one that was doing the interview, one of my admins, Q. She was saying, I didn't even believe men had souls. And, I just didn't believe they hurt the way we hurt. All I'm saying is that there are some real good actors out there. A few good actors seem to have. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Well, listen. So here's the deal. Here's the thing. Why is it that we want what we can't have? I mean, that's really the bottom line. Why is it that we not want what we can't have? Why is it that we want who we can't have? Whether you're man or woman, it doesn't matter. It's the same elements, and why is this tug so strong? Why do we feel it so intensely? You know what I mean? If someone has shown you, like in this situation where Chris is talking about, the young lady, and if you just joining us, you go back and check out the clip. Why is it that he just didn't say, oh, well, she's made a decision and I respect that decision and, I got to move on. Or if a guy has shown you that for whatever reason, he has chosen not to be with you, or, he's saying one thing and doing something else. Why is it so difficult for you just to move on and just let it go? And so that's what we're going to be chopping it up about tonight, because there is a specific reason why when we get into these relationships, we tend to want who we can't have. And when we go into these relationships, there's a certain frame of mind and there's a certain frame of heart that we need to have um, as we navigate through the relationships. Because if we don't, guess what? We're screwed. Yeah, we're screwed. Your emotions are going to take you all over the place. You're just going to be like a leaf tossed to and fro in the wind. And so some of y'all have had that. I mean, I think maybe we've all experienced that a little bit. I've experienced some of that myself. But it doesn't have to be that way. So if you want to be a part of the conversation, join my community. I'll be chopping it up tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can go to my website, christopherreid.org, if you want to be a part, if you want to join to be a part of this conversation. Actually, by the way, the gentleman that is in the clip that I showed, I'm going to be interviewing him again this Friday. We're going to get an update on his situation. And one thing I say about Chris, his heart is like, here you go. I mean, there's some interviews I've done. Sometimes it is a little bit like pulling teeth, just, guys being comfortable with being that vulnerable and whatnot. But Chris, listen, yeah, he's a very vulnerable guy. So when women want to have an opportunity to, get that inside peek into a man's heart, Chris just unzips and says, here you go, have at it. And whatever question I ask, he's more than willing to answer, and goes deep with it. What's the group name on Facebook? Well, you can't just join by going straight to the group. You got to go to my website first because it's a coaching group. So there's a fee. Okay. Hi, Doc Reid. I've seen a man hurt by a woman before. Yeah. See, thanks. It happens. These interviews with the men must be helpful and healing for them as well. Oh, it is. Actually, at the end of this interview, Tish, Chris actually said, this was great for me and I can't wait to come back. See, men don't have a lot of opportunities to share in this way. The interview, some of y'all might have seen the clip that I did with Derek last week. There was a part in the interview that, and if you want to see a clip of that, if you're not in the Facebook group, you can go to, when did I do that? I don't know. It was either the last video I did or whatever. I showed a chunk from the interview. And I do these interviews every Friday in the community. It was a part of it where he got choked up. And he told me after the end, he's like, man, I didn't expect, I didn't think I was going to go there. Cause we talk about some real deep emotional things. And, so it's very, therapeutic for these men, because a lot of times as men, there's not a lot of opportunities for us to share emotionally in this way. And so I thank God that he's put it on my heart to have these kind of conversations with the men and share this information with women. See, this is information that you're just typically not going to get. You know what I mean? Like you just not places where there's just a bunch of men, like barbershop, and even men don't even share at this level in the barbershop. I mean, they ain't getting all emotional and yeah, man, let me tell you how she broke my heart, bro. It's crazy, right? Yeah, you're not getting all that. But it was my aim to get this type of information so that it's a win-win for everybody. It's a win-win for the women. It's a win-win for the men. And at the end of the day, the biggest goal for me with the women is to give you hope, to let you know, because I love debunking the thought that, oh, these men they just players and they just want to play around and they just want to, they show you one thing, but they wolves in sheep's clothing, and some of them are. I'm not saying that some aren't, but you know what? There's some women out here that, they pretty sweet with the wolves in sheep's clothing too. So it goes both ways, but not all women are that way. Not all men are that way. And the good guys don't get to shine. You know what I mean? Do you ask brood questions? I don't know what that means. Yeah, I do ask good questions. Well, all you got to do is come join the community and you'll see. I mean, there are interviews in there I've done every week with men since July. And if somebody was out here from the group, sometimes they're group members that join in on my YouTube live. You could ask them. So, it's good content. I tell you this, if you have enjoyed any of my YouTube videos, and if you feel like there's good content, like, oh yeah, you give us really, juicy, then I go just as hard with the interviews with the men. So yeah, I mean, I first of all, I don't want to waste my time doing a boring interview and not getting good content and information for the women. It's just doesn't interest me. So yeah. So anyway, if you want to be a part of the conversation tonight as we break down this thing, why do we want who we can't have, and learn how to guard against that, as opposed to feeling like you're just being pulled along helplessly, and just got to wait for the ride to stop, and hopefully when it does stop, you're not throwing up all over the place and you haven't lost your mind. Okay. And because we don't want to take those rides. All right. So we want to see them coming, and I don't want you to take those rides. You give great videos. Thank you, Donna. I appreciate that. And two, if you want to see the interview that I'm going to do with Chris this Friday, join the group. It'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Friday. That's why I call it the Heart of a Man, because that's what I'm going for. No fluff, no craziness. I can definitely relate to the narcissist videos because I dealt with one for almost 40 years. Thank you for those. Yeah, you're very welcome. So I have a lot of women that come to me. And one of the things I say is I'm a coach. So I work with women very closely in a one-on-one capacity, small group capacities, for those who, want coaching, want to get out of this crazy emotional dysfunctional place that you find yourself in, and ready to really tackle it and do something about it. So with that being said, as usual, if you don't have this book, make sure you go to my website, get it, ChristopherReid.org. That's free. Can't say I never gave you nothing. You can get the PDF and the Kindle. And then also, if you are interested in coaching and what all that entails to deal with whatever issue has got you jacked up from the flow up, you can do go schedule a free 30-minute consultation, and we can talk about your situation. That's a great question, Linda. I would love to talk to you about your situation. Like I was just saying, you came right on time. You can go schedule a free 30-minute consultation. Go to my website, ChristopherReid.org, and we can find out exactly what you're sobbing about. And I can let you know how coaching can help you with that once we identify your situation. So, ladies, I'm about to get off here. I gotta get ready for my my live tonight in the community, and waiting for the second. What's the second? Yeah. Okay. So listen, take care. God bless you. And Tish, did you schedule on the second? Maybe that's what you're saying. Okay. I think I'm tracking with you now. I stopped crying when I gave myself closure. Stop hoping for change. All right. So I think A Brown was responding to Linda. Okay. All right. So, if you do have problems, I'm glad you put that, Tish. If you have problems downloading the free book, you can email me, and I will, and you can email me right there on the site, and I'll send it to you. So, all right, ladies, y'all take care, and I will see you next time. And some of you I will see in the group. All right, y'all. Y'all take care. All right, night.